Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a faulty spare tire mechanism used on many of the General Motors trucks and SUVs. So let's go ahead and get started. Coming underneath the car here from the back, the spare tire has obviously been removed. This is the mechanism and the cable. And then here's the other piece here, and it fastens up here. Let's go get a look here on the inside so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and how to remove it. Okay, there's the back. That's the back of the mechanism. Now to remove it, as you're looking at here through the back bumper, you have right here, you have a 15 millimeter bolt and another 15. So you have two 15 millimeters here, and then on this piece here you have another 15 up here. But then on the other side, see if I can show it, right back there, and let's come around on this side here. There's actually a slot right there where you have to basically just slide. That slides out of there. So we're going to go ahead and remove those so we can take this off, and I'll show you how we can fix it. Removing this last bolt here, and then we're going to go ahead and slide that out. Okay, removing this last bolt, and then I'm going to show you, we're going to slide that out. Okay, you're going to grab this, slide it over like that, and then pull that out. Alright, pretty much putting it back on is the same way. What you're going to do is start off by sliding that into the slot and then securing the three 15 millimeter bolts, and that'll get it back in place. Alright, well here's the actual mechanism, and this particular one came off of a Chevy Trailblazer, but I believe this is the same one that's also used on the GMC, the Envoy, and there may be other General Motors SUVs and pickup trucks that also use this, and personally I'm not fond of this. I think this is a poor design, and I'm just going to show you what some of the issues are that these things give, and then we'll go into how to fix them. First one is, you have this piece here. This pretty much goes through the rim of the spare and holds it in place, and then this will go all the way up in, and that locks it in place when you crank it in. Well, the problem with this is you've got this little hook right here, and if you can see inside, basically you can see in there's a lip. That hook, when it slides all the way in, pull that in, you'll hear it. Now it's locked in there. That prevents the spare from falling out. However, unless you can work your hands up around the spare to push that lever, it's hard to get it out. I know some people have actually cut these off so you don't have that issue. That's not a bad idea. However, they are there for a safety reason. And if that cable should fail, your spare tire is flying out right on the road. So what I would recommend is just making sure that you understand how this system works. And in the case of this one here, it's very tight. I'm going to go ahead and grease it so that way it works the way it should. And then just be cognizant of that so that way it doesn't get stuck. So what you're left with is you can't get that off. You're cranking it. And what happens is what happened on this one is that then the cables then wind up rolling around on themselves again. You've got a big knot in there, and then you're stuck. So, good luck getting the spare off. So that's the first problem. The next problem is that when this does happen, normally this is all riveted shut right here. All riveted shut, but what I've done, and I'd recommend doing it, is drilling out the rivets and putting screws and nuts through there. That way, if you do need to service it, in the case of this one, all you have to do is just remove those, and then you can get into the assembly in order to work on it. And you can see here, these are just regular nuts that can just be easily taken off from the back, unscrew it out. We can pop that off, which we're going to do next, and that way we can see what's tangled. We can get that all unraveled and get that fixed. Before we open that up and get that squared away, I'm going to go ahead and grease this clamp so that way we can soften that up. Use a little bit of spray grease on that, especially when you're dealing with one that's this old. I went ahead and gave several coats of lubricating grease just to soften that up a little bit, and you can see now it's working as it should. So let's go ahead and put it in there, and we'll try that and make sure that it's working. and then we'll go ahead and open that up. Slide that in. It's locked. Reach up. There we go. Perfect. So now that we've loosened it up, it's working as it should. So that's the first thing I would do. Take this off your vehicle. Make sure this is clean. Lubricate it real good so that way it's flexible the way it should be. Now let's go over here and let's get the get that opened up and get the cables all untwined and rolled properly. As I mentioned before, having the screws and bolts holding it on makes it very easy to just take it apart, put it back together as need be, where before you're dealing with the rivets, which you cannot open. So, as I said before, I'd recommend drilling them out, replacing them with screws and bolts. That way you can do any kind of maintenance you need to on these. I'm going to go ahead and get these off. We'll be right back. All the bolts have been removed. We're ready to pull this off. Gently pull that out, exposing all the components in there. In here you have the inner gear right here. You want to be careful with that, which pretty much rotates this piece here with the cable. I'm going to go ahead and unravel the cable, get that all straightened up, and then we'll go ahead and put this assembly all back together so that way we can get back underneath the vehicle and put this back on. Here's all the cable. I went ahead and unraveled it. It's got a rough spot there, but I think it'll still be fine for now. If not, we can always replace that whole cable, but I don't think it needs that. But I just wanted to show you how the assembly goes back together. You have this inner gear here. You'll notice there's a groove. This falls in here. You want it to fall right into this position here. That way, because that's supposed to keep that locked. And then on this end, you have this piece here. And just to kind of show you how that works, as this rotates this way, this allows that to pass through here. But then as it comes back this way, then that is kind of the lock there. So that's kind of how this system works. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap all this back, put it back together, and then we'll be right back. Everything is put back in, locked in place. We're ready to put the cap over it. Line that up. We can put our screws through it. And then we'll bolt them on the back side. And then we can go ahead and take this back out to the vehicle. Everything has been put back in, all secured. There we go. There's all the slack still hanging down. So, you can see it right there. I'm going to go ahead now and put the spare in there, and then we will go ahead and start cranking it up and get it all reeled back in. Let's go ahead and start cranking it. Make sure it's pulling the cable and the tire up properly. It went up nice and tight, the bracket's in place, everything's anchored. If we grab this, yep, nice and solid. So, the mechanism has been fixed. We just need to remember the next time we pull it down, make sure that as that comes down, we release that clip so it doesn't back up onto itself again. Alright, well that pretty much wraps it up for today on how to fix the faulty spare tire mechanism on a General Motors SUV or truck. I hope this video helped you out. Please send any questions, any comments. I would love to hear your feedback. As always, I appreciate the support, so please like this video, subscribe to this channel. We'll see you next time.